All right, welcome to Everyone Needs an Aquarius. We are in the building with our special guests in the building with us. My man Rob Ford, Kevito Clark from Love, Peace, and Spades. Like, so they send me the email. Dom is already like, yo, I already know. That's my homegirl on their Instagram. We got to get, we want them on the show. First thing she said, she sent me the message back in like 2 minutes. So that's why the email went back so fast, because she was like, no, I know that. That's my homegirl on their IG.
Yeah, y'all have a girl Janae on one of the posters. So I'm like, all right, Black excellence.
Well, quick spoiler alert: Janae is going to be our host for next week's King Day game night.
Okay, so
she'll be running the show. It'll be a fun night.
So basically, it's a card game night for people to be able to socialize, get together, understand each other, and relax, release as from the different world with Debbie Allen's character. And we bringing them on. We're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss some other different things and whatnot. So how did this all come about? Let me go to you, Rob. How did this all come about? Like, what was the germination of this whole concept and this whole setup?
Well, I actually probably want to dish that to Kev, because okay. my introduction to it was a little bit right after his ideation of the whole thing. So I'm gonna
go ahead, Kev.
Sure. Thank you guys for having us on. We want to say we appreciate the listeners checking out this show, this episode, and to kind of put a TLDR on it. 2022, I moved here from New York City, Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy to be exact, and I was one of the producers behind the Leimert Park Juneteenth Festival, and so the crew that I was around put me in that motivation to kind of explore what producing events would look like. And I've always wanted to do something with Spades. Everywhere I've gone, I've tried to see who played and how they played, and there was always some sort of stigma associated with it. And so once we got the venue, which is at the Line Hotel, 3515 Wilshire Boulevard, we were able to put together this event, and the central focus is to serve as a third space, or as we like to call it, Hush Harbor, to have intergenerational communion through music, tech, education, and play, which helps us to allow our people who look like us to play culturally rich games, spades, bid whist, dominoes, not to feel othered by outsiders or have to worry about a Karen calling the police. And we can kind of build, we can kind of take ownership of these Black family heirlooms and pass them on to the next generation.
So I have a question.
Here we go.
Do you guys have sessions where you teach people how to play spades and these?
Oh, here we go. I knew it.
Okay, Darryl, don't do that. Don't do that. You know,
Don don't know how to play spades.
I do. And
you gotta put her out there like that.
But there are some Black things that I don't know how to do, and playing spades and dominoes is one of them. I might not also know how to double dutch. So I just want to know.
You from the west side of St. Louis and don't know how to do this. I don't know how this is possible.
Don't
worry, I can't double dutch either.
Okay, so I don't feel judged by my new brothers in this conversation. Darryl, why you got to be like that?
You from the west side? I'm just saying.
Anyway, I mean, yeah, we should all exist in a no judgment zone, especially with each other.
So, with that said,
we're in the same city. Our city's not that big. I can judge her. I know why that is making sense. That in this moment, I judge her. She know that it should be judgment.
Anyway, do you guys offer lessons for the less fortunate people that don't know how to play?
Well, in fact, I mean, I'll jump in. Yeah, we actually do. So we have a Spades Academy, and that is meant to be intentionally a space for you to feel safe and to learn spades. So actually, I've gotten that question a lot. There's a couple of friends that had asked me before about going, and they said, well, I'm not going to go because I'm not looking to just have some expert level people everybody's an expert when I walk in, and now I got to deal with all of that. I have to try to keep up. Nobody's going to tell me the rules. My partner is going to get upset because I'm table talking in the wrong way, you know, all of that kind of stuff. But instead, no, we do have a place where you come in, and we'll give you a green wristband when you come in. You can then go over to a special table where you'll be taught.
Y'all get the kids
Yo.
And don't worry, everybody gets a wristband. Okay, they get to give different colors.
Yeah,
okay?
everybody gets a wristband.
It's not. We're not making you. We're not trying to shame anybody.
I
here.
like that, Rob. I like that.
You'd be surprised who wants to have a chance to learn. Like for instance, we had a month last year where one of our coaches, her name is Yasmin Monet. She teaches Bidwis, and we had the actor Craig Robinson come in. And if anybody knows who Craig Robinson is, he's a talented individual, hilarious, funny, and word on the curb was that either he knew how to play Bidwis and wanted to refine his skills, or he didn't know how to play and came to the game night to learn from Yasmin. And for that instance, it's a safe space. We really try to not throw that word around so loosely, but we enjoy those who want to come and learn, because education is one of our main priorities in our direct mission to make sure, like I said earlier, that these Black family heirlooms can pass along to the next generation.
Okay. All right. I don't know how I feel about
so
this.
Don't worry, we got you. And even if you don't know how to play spades, there's also like Bidwis, like I said, and Tonk and dominoes that can also be a place where you learn.
More Black things that I don't know how to do. Continue.
I would go. So this came from the germination of like, hey, let's just have this amount. So how did this, like, what came up with the start of it? Is it the same place it always has been, or you have moved venues, or have you, like, how has been the growth pattern for you all?
So I mean, this was going into year 3. Our first 2 years have always been at the Line Hotel. We just renewed our agreement with the hotel for another year of residency, but we also have outside activations, which we call pull up and play. Kendrick kind of copied us by calling it the pop out, but pull up and play is where people can find us at different intervals. I think the first summer that we were open, we had a game night at the Salt Eaters Bookshop in Inglewood. We did a collaborative with Motherland Sounds, which is a Ethiopian, East African cultural exchange at Emma's Habesha, also at Inglewood. We did the 2023 Juneteenth Festival in Lamert Park. Last year, we hosted our first culture and games festival called Love, Peace, and Spades Day in Venice at a Black-owned hotel called Red Line Venice. So people were able to play spades while sitting on a rooftop overlooking the beach and seeing the ocean and feeling the breeze. And we really enjoy having a home, but we also want to bring what we do to you wherever you're at as well.
Do you guys foresee yourself potentially kind of taking this to different parts of the country? Like you have like a little Love, Peace, and Spades tour. Is that in the works? So we're gonna put that in the future for y'all. Is that something that y'all would like?
Let's. I love to tell people from your mouth to Beyonce's ears. So that's how we'll look at that.
She's also a Beehive member, proud Beehive member. So you're in a safe space now. Now you're in a safe space with her.
I get it.
I just want to let you know, Daryl's never listened to a Beyonce album.
Nope, that's not true. I did listen to one. We did it on a couple episodes ago.
Oh, yeah, you did.
That was a big deal.
I was proud. Yeah, my bad. Okay, well, yeah, I'm like, excuse me. Like, what would be some of like the cities that you guys would like to go to when you have this tour? Don't go to St. Louis; they might rob you.
What would you have in mind, Rob? Where would you see us going if we go anywhere.
Ooh, well, if I get my
you gotta go to the Bay, right? You gotta go to the Bay, right?
List of locations. Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna be biased because I got friends. I got friends in the Bay. I got people in New York. I got people in Atlanta. But I'm also gonna put at the top of the list Detroit, because
I was gonna say y'all gotta go to Detroit. That's so funny.
As somebody who is from Metro Detroit, of course I want.
Are you from the D? Okay.
Baby.
What part of D you from, Rob?
Just outside Southfield.
Okay. Yeah. I got family up there on the east
side.
Just
to give you the reference, if you're talking about 7 mile, 8 mile, 9 mile, that's where I'm from. 9 mile.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of y'all out here.
Oh yeah, we would. That would be great. I mean, well, I believe Detroit still has one of the highest Black populations for any city in the U.S. And it would be a great spot. There's plenty of community there, and lots of people who are very eager to play spades. Specifically, my family, who also did not explain the rules to me. Like myself, I had to figure it out, and I did. Okay, and I clamored, and we figured it out.
Okay. So when did you figure it out?
What's that?
When did you figure it out?
Oh boy, embarrassingly late. Later on than I would like to admit. It took a minute. A lot of observations, and then also trying to have side conversation with family members to be like, "Hey, so what is happening over here?" Trying to get that. And I'll say, even now, I'm still not that great. I admit I'm not that great. I like showing up though. It's fun.
Okay.
Well, let me ask a quick question to you guys, actually for the room itself and listeners as well. So, do you know how to play spades, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So, what green flags would you want in a potential spades partner?
The rules ahead of time before we sit down on what's going to be the big joker, little joker.
I was going to ask. I was going to say. Let's set
that before I even sit down. Are we doing? Because I've been in places in Detroit where like they play the 2 of spades, like a third joker. Like it's like it's almost like a house rules thing. I'm like, okay, bro, like what are we doing here before we sit down? What is your house rules?
Right. So you want somebody who's communicative, but not talking.
Yeah, or just posted it like, hey, we don't have a third joker. We also have the words on this one is the little joker. The big joker is one without the words. Then I'm like, all right, cool. We understand and know.
I get it.
No blinds. No blinds. I mean, it's so many different. I play with people, especially like when you flip it on the other side. I play with white people more. They'll play nil on you. That you can actually bet nil books. So I've been in that as well. So just a listing of all the house rules, or table sets the rules. Like, hey, when we all playing, these are our rules. Either one.
I feel you.
What does all of this mean?
When you come through next week, we'll learn you. We'll learn you.
Okay. With my green man.
Yeah, trust me, you'll be around friends. You'll be like, "Hey, girl, I didn't know that you came out too." Like, I come here every month, and that's
This is why you shouldn't want the DSEG, Dom. This is DSEG issues.
Okay. First of all, so to explain to you guys what that is, we had a program in St. Louis where they sent the city kids.
Missouri. It was the state of Missouri.
Where they sent city kids to integrate the county schools, and it was called the DSEG program. And I was a part of that. They just stopped that about 10 years ago, Darryl. I don't know. Like,
some schools still do it.
Okay.
Some schools still do it on their own privately.
Okay. Well, anyway, so I got sent to the county school for high school. And that's probably when I would have learned how to play spades. Now, I do remember going to a house party, and someone trying to like teach me, but I think it was just too much going on in the setting where it wasn't sticking. And so I am, looking forward to coming and trying this again. I'm dusting myself off, and I'm gonna try again, like Aaliyah said. So I will definitely have an update there. I will let you know how it goes. I'm a little nervous, but it'll be all right.
You guys have a dominoes training too. Dominoes training
Okay,
she needs
so
as
look,
well.
when
She
it
needs
comes to
dominoes training
dominoes,
too.
I can kind of play if they colored dominoes.
It's some dominoes.
I'm like, if it's the colors, because then I know I got a line like I what to do, sort of. So yeah, I played that way a couple times. But if you're gonna ask me to play, I'm gonna be like, can I get a partner, like somebody that can lead me? So yes.
What I will say, there's something that's pretty awesome about it. So a number of people will just show up without necessarily knowing anyone, without having a partner that they're going to play spades with. Or in some of the other games, you don't necessarily need a partner. For example, with dominoes, you can just play as self. But what's really nice is that there's a lot of accessibility at the tables themselves. People are very friendly.
Okay.
It's a total wide range, as we have mentioned before, about Spades Academy and making sure that people of all levels can come in and enjoy the play. There's the same spirit, the same energy is at all those other tables. So don't worry if you're not even that good at dominoes, which my dad does like a weekly dominoes thing over at his place. And I did play. I played in one time, and I did okay. Actually did all right. I did all right, but there was a lot of crap talking, and I will say that everybody else was a higher level than me. What I like about going in to Love, Peace, and Spades is that if I'm going to play dominoes, at least I have a good chance that I can sit in with people who are going to be very friendly, and it's all levels. So that's something I definitely would.
So there's no tables being busted from domino or nothing at this event.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about somebody flipping the table over on you or get your hand out of my pocket moments or nothing like that.
It does get loud. Okay, it's gonna get loud. There's definitely gonna be some shouting. Okay, it will occur, but that's just, hey, look, you're gonna have to be able to take. You gotta be able to dish it and take it a little bit.
Yeah. Our mantra is all players welcome, and so we look forward to having an array of beautiful Black people in the room to celebrate with us, especially since it's Dr. Martin Luther King's actual birthday on the 15th.
Okay.
So we want to not only celebrate ourselves in this new year and vitality amongst ourselves and the community, but we want to kind of highlight the importance of rest, leisure, and play, something that we know wasn't really shown of Dr. King when he was alive. And next week we'll have a couple posts that highlight that, just like kind of through the narrative to showcase that's what we're on, and we want to make sure that you guys know that it's a place for you to do the same.
Okay, we like that. I like that. Man, I'm really excited though. Like, I'm serious. I'm a little competitive. So that's a good, but I just gotta understand for y'all which is the big joker and which one is the little joker.
Well, also shout out to our sponsor, Bicycle Cards. They have a spades deck that actually says
what
the big joker is and what the little joker is. So there's no confusion when you're at the tables playing that game specifically.
Where does that come from? Like, how are people confused about that in the deck? Like are all decks not created equal? Like, how did this? Okay. Okay, I didn't think it was going to be a simple answer like that. He's like, no, that's right. It's not.
No, if let's say, for instance, you're playing with a red deck, like it's a red bicycle deck, it'll have a joker. It'll have the jokers in there, but it'll be color coordinated. One will be red and one will be black. So you can kind of write your own ticket in that one. Or they're card game specific, like euchre, which is basically hearts, where, they're not really played for spades, but you have 52 cards, so you can play spades with those. But there's other companies too that are directly talk to those who play spades, and they have card decks that reflect us.
Oh, okay.
And then Dom also, there in some places they'll just write big and little on it to make sure that even going forward there's no confusion. Which one is which? They'll just write on it, just big and little. Like we had this confusion before in '87. We ain't gonna never have it happen again. We're gonna write it on there.
Okay, that's understandable. I just was wondering. I'm like, how did that become a thing? Because like now I'm seeing discourse about it again online, and I saw Kev on stage do a clip because they're filming season 2 of Churchy, and they were going around asking people which one is the big joker and which one is the little joker, and then like from there I just start seeing all of this stuff, and I'm just like, okay, how did we get here? So that's nice to know that all decks are not created equal. I did not know that either.
That's true.
And you got to watch out.
What'd you say?
I was going to say you got to watch out, because there are some people who like to be sneaky, and then they want to switch up on you and say, "Oh no, this was the big joker, this was the little joker." Got to watch for that. I'm not naming names. I'm just saying, perhaps.
No. It happens all the time. It happens all the time.
Right. But we know it happens. I'm not saying who. I'm just saying it does happen. Nobody
particularly in Atlanta. Particularly in Atlanta, Tom.
Yeah. Right. No gonna want on the record. That's what we don't want.
But those Atlanta players are the ones. I've always seen the trickery happen in Spades in Atlanta for whatever reason, here and there. It's just
Atlanta getting called out now. Atlanta better respond.
I know. I already know. Atlanta will respond. They will respond. So what are you, both of you all's roles within the organization and whatnot? Rob, what's your like your role, your responsibilities?
So when I started helping Kevito earlier this year, basically the beginning of this year, we met, and as soon as we met and he explained his vision of everything, it was pretty much a go for me from that point forward. I was like, this is fantastic. I was hoping to get involved in various events somehow, some way. And I thought that this was just a great vision that he had, and something that I really wanted to support and get behind. So I also didn't have a clue as to how I wanted to be a part of the whole thing. But we kind of talked a little bit, and, he's kind of explaining this process, and, he's talking about registration, and he's like, well, see, I got this like spreadsheet where I kind of track everything as it's coming in. That way we can kind of make sure we know who's doing what. And I said, oh, you know what? I actually know we could change this. We could change that. And before I knew it, I was already looped in. So I ended up becoming really involved on the tech side of things. So helping with, get it, the website, continuing development, the actual processes of things. I guess what we're calling the operations.
Just like operations.
Yeah. So registration, when we have events, we want those to go as smoothly as possible. So we regularly collect feedback from our attendees just to make sure that we really understand what the experience is like for them. Right. We can always try to put ourselves in their shoes, but when you're really focused on all these different aspects of the event and trying to make sure that it goes as well as it can, we also want to make sure we understand exactly what it's like from the perspective of any player that we have there. So that's what I get mostly involved in, is just trying to help make those event experiences as best as they can be.
All right.
And what about you,
Kevin? Myself,
he does everything else.
Yeah. I'm the plate spin master, however you want to call it. Like, again, big shout outs to the OG squad, Camille Davis, Il Camille, Paris McCoy. They really helped me from that first year get us to where we're at now. We officially became a 501c3 last year, so now we're a nonprofit. And in addition to Rob, we have a board that helps us with our education initiative, which is called Play It Forward. And I am the ringmaster, I guess you would say. Like, I would be the person who has these wild and crazy ideas. And, now that I have a solid team together who is in the trenches with me, like with Rob, with also shout out to Rita Hawk. We also have a few others who are coming in on the board side that I haven't been able to mention yet because we want to do something special for them. But they really look at me as like a mad scientist and help me get my ideas out.
Mad scientist indeed. Okay, I talk to Kev at least 1-2 times a day, and he's coming up with something. He's telling me, an idea that he's had about something, or he's like, what do you think about, what if we did this thing? What do you think about that? Is it possible to do this by I know it's next week, but is there something we could do over here? I mean, we're constantly in contact. He is constantly throwing out some very great ideas, some very zany ideas. Okay. And, but I'm always, I love hearing it because I can see just how active he's extremely, he's not going to say this. He's extremely invested in this in a way that I think a lot of people just do not see. He cares so wholeheartedly about all of this, and he did not pay me to say this, just to be clear. He cares really wholeheartedly about all of this. And I'm definitely going to say he's an HNIC for sure. No doubt about that. That's the guy. So, just really, really happy to be a part of it. I know the rest of not to speak for everybody, but I'm pretty sure I could speak for everyone when I say that everybody that the whole team really, really, really loves working with.
Yeah, we have a lot of shooters. We have a lot of Steph Currys, and it's going to be 2025 is just already a beautiful year starting off. We just, as of this recording, was announced to be a 4-time award recipient of the Black LA Hall of Fame, courtesy of Black Events LA. Shout out to Jocelyn Chambers. So it's looking like, well, this is just a bit for those who are astrology minded, but
I'm like, give us more.
Okay, so did you guys see the Black Moon as we close the year? That started on December 30th. There's been a Black Moon that.
No, I did not.
My New York sensibilities kept thinking like Duck Down.
Black Moon, like Black Moon the group.
Yeah, but it was a real Black Moon. And it's significant to where we're at as a community. We've all been through a lot respectively of each other. And as we go into this new year, all I'm hearing is it's nation time, or it's community, or it's us looking at each other and not looking outside, or we're going to gatekeep the recipes. And I think that is a very signifying moment to say, we're not just going to root for everybody Black, but we're going to spend our money with everybody Black. We're going to pull up and hang out with everybody Black. We're going to listen to the podcast in color. We're going to make sure that we show up for each other in a way that we've all wanted before, but I think it's going to surprise us in how many ways. I've been liking it to that we're now in a post Gen X existence, that people are going to really show out, and there's going to be no false flagging about what side of the coin.
So explain what a post Gen X is. Explain that.
Sure, real quick. So Gen X is the soon-to-be Grammy Award-winning album by Kendrick Lamar. And if anybody's gone through the whole Kendrick Lamar Drake fracas, you know that album is very important to the discussion of what side of the line you on. Are you for the culture, or are you parroting the culture? Are you trying to leech off the culture? And so post Gen X to me specifically means that we're not letting everybody eat off our table anymore. We're not letting everybody come in here and putting smut on anybody's name. We're not letting people come in here and talk bad about Black women. We're not letting people come in here and just kick their feet up and think they cool when they haven't even went next door and said hi to the neighbors.
No gentrification.
Yeah, I mean, look, honestly, gentrification, it's a battle that's all in its own, a separate discussion. But I think what happens is that
you're saying basically cultural gentrification.
Well, yeah, even still, that's still things that are going to happen. But in gatekeeping, there's these commandments, there's these tenets that you have to follow, and if you don't, then hey now, or peekaboo could be one of those things you'd be hearing unassumingly.
I love that metaphor, or sort of analogy for what things are to be. I think for a while, Darryl and I even talk about it, like us losing a sense of community and understanding how important it is. And I feel like it's slowly kind of coming back together. And it's just up from there. And I mean, y'all are doing something really dope, really great, especially in such a big, sprawling city like that, or, you know, like this, where I remember the first time I came to visit LA, I was like, where are the black people? I was like in the 8th grade, and I was like, where are the black people outside of this group? You know, and of course, like, my cousin like went to, well, this person formerly known as my cousin went to Harvard Westlake. So, you know, so where are the black people? You know what I mean? And then finding that sense of belonging and finding people, it took kind of a second. And it's something that I always see kind of like a little conversation about, like on social media. Like everybody's like, okay, you in LA and you black, let's connect, let's do this, let's do that, or whatever. So you're seeing it in real time, and that's really dope that y'all are also a part of that.
Yeah,
thank you. We appreciate that.
There's one thing to mention, just to kind of reiterate some of the earlier point. Jocelyn's Black Events LA, she does a phenomenal job of making people aware of events that are going on. And to the point about, to the question about where we host our events, Kevito mentioned a number of locations, but we are really all across LA County with it. So even as far as, I believe, I don't think Long Beach was mentioned, but last year there was an event at Long Beach.
Right.
And
we did Juneteenth this year or last year in Long Beach.
Right. Mm-hmm. So there are definitely things going on all over the place, not just with Spades, but of other events as well, for people to get to. Some folks, complain about that LA traffic. Hey, it's going to take me about 3 to 27 hours to get over here across town, and I really don't want to have to do all that. Don't worry, we got stuff that's in your area. We got stuff in your neighborhood.
Y'all got Orange County popping yet? I mean, I'm just asking.
Where are the black people?
I've only been to Irvine, so I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
Okay. Yeah, they got them all.
Y'all put me on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right, we're gonna play a game with y'all. It's called This or That. It's basically going to be, you have two choices of two different things. You have to choose one of them. One of them got to go. All right. We're going to make it real simple. Are we choosing this
as a collective? Like, are we choosing this?
No. Y'all individually. Y'all got your own. Y'all are two individuals. Y'all have your own individual flows.
Okay.
All right. Living single or family matters?
Oh, that was an easy one.
Stop it. Don't lead the
I didn't have to do. Everybody know that Carl is always mad. Don't nobody want Carl as mad.
But look, I'm going with family matters, but that's because I watch more of it. Okay, it's nostalgic for me. I appreciate it. I'll take it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You can tell Rob was doing the Urkel dance at his school, trying to get everybody to be like, "This is the
man." Oh man. No,
the Urkel dance was cracking. The Urkel dance was cracking.
Hey, he could dance. Okay, he could.
Yeah. For me, living single. I mean, what else can you say about seeing a group of friends and lovers and intermingling in New York City and doing their thing? And my background is in journalism, so Khadijah was my spirit animal. Real talk.
Okay.
Yeah, but both of us too.
Yeah, I'm like, I think Rob, you joining us in journalism?
I'm staying on my side. Look, I'm staying on my side. Listen,
okay.
For me. Your square, man.
Don't get me wrong. I respect living single. There's no question over that.
But, no, I would say if you went to school, like are you a journalist too, or broadcasting? Or
no, I marketing. I was in marketing.
I love it. Okay, pretty much.
I mean, that's what I did.
You're honorary.
Yeah. I'm here. What's up? I'm chilling.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Martin or Fresh Prince?
Oh. Okay, that's a little tougher.
I'm saying Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm saying Fresh Prince too.
Wow. Are you from Detroit? Rob, what's going on?
Well, look, when I was born, I don't want to age myself. I was born during a time where Fresh Prince. It was Fresh Prince. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
But they came out the same. They were at the same time, though. They the same
you know
time
what?
period.
Little contrarian, but I gotta say, that's what I was watching.
All right, hey.
I know
Kevito,
Detroit come after me now. Now they're gonna come after me now after this, so I guess gotta get ready.
I mean, if they're gonna come after you, they're gonna have to. If they come after you, they're gonna have to come after me too. I'm going with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air too. I love Martin.
Hey,
I love Martin. But if this is like a bad boys conversation, we're going Will all day.
Wow.
It's tough because I do think honestly both of them have a lot of quotables. And I'm not even that great at remembering quotes.
Mark got way more quotables, man.
Look, I do agree. Martin might edge out a little bit on the quotas, but I tell you what, those heartfelt moments for me on Fresh Prince,
it was more dramatic on the Fresh Prince side.
I really love that.
I just love James Avery.
All right.
I'm about to say the same thing. When you see James work, you realize you're watching a master do his craft.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Different World or The Cosby Show?
Different world,
but after Denise.
Oh,
listen, don't hate on my
first season, I was like, let's just skip it. Let's move on with our lives.
I'm gonna go with A Different World. I'm gonna go have to agree with that.
Whoa, what is going on here? But I like Different World too more. I do.
Okay,
it was way more, it was in our wheelhouse more. It's me being a middle school kid around that time period. It was more in my wheelhouse of like, yo, they weren't the African American hoodies.
Mm-hmm.
It was just more right in the wheelhouse. I mean, Cosby just started like 86, 85, 86. Different World was like right when I'm like on TV, like appointment TV stuff.
Plus, even with like guest stars, you were listening to the people who they brought on to like serve as guest stars. Mm-hmm. I'll never forget that Heavy D episode because Heavy D still
it's one of the best episodes.
Because you saw like it's gonna get me on my hip hop shit. But basically you saw how great of an actor Heavy D is. Not just in the fact that he did theme song for Living Single, theme song for In Living Color, worked with Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson. You saw that he had range and he could put on a real show. And so that was young Heavy D status, and it just made me feel like, oh, they got people who I listen to on the show. And that's not to say that didn't happen in the Cosby Show, but Lena Horne, I love Lena Horne, but that wasn't who I was always bumping in my own free time.
All right, we're gonna switch it up a little bit more to the music side. Nas or Jay-Z?
You want to go first?
You from Brooklyn, Kevito. I already know where it's going. Kevito. It's all good.
I know it's gonna be more on them.
I muted that one on purpose. I was like,
Yeah,
it's the rock. I already know. It's the rock. I know you. I lived on Lafayette and Troop. I'm around the corner from Marcy Projects. I'll never forget. Tracy Morgan had, I think it was the second season of his show that he had on TBS, and he spent his entire check renovating the playground at Marcy, and that meant a lot because he said it. He's like, I did something that Jay-Z didn't do, and that's not a shot to Jay. That's just to show that how connected Brooklyn really is in a way that I've even here living in Los Angeles, like it's connected, and Black LA is interconnected in a unique way that's different from New York. But when it comes to the stars or the legends that have came out of that neighborhood specifically, their names live on forever, and Jay-Z is one of them. No disrespect to Nas, but like Takeover definitely beat either, in my opinion.
Oh, that's not true. Rob, we'll go to you next.
So I feel
graduate school in Queens. I went to graduate school in Queens. I went to Hunter for graduate school, so I have a place for Queens in my heart. Go ahead, Rob.
I might be on your side then because here's the thing. For me, I listened to a little more of Jay-Z growing up than I did Nas, but I did listen to Nas. Okay, so I did get. You can never really get enough of them because I think those are just they both have classics that people keep coming back to. Obviously, that's why they're at the top. But I would say I personally feel like Ether was it for me. I don't think that I think that Takeover had a lot of strength in certain ways, but I just feel like Ether had a viciousness to it that, for me personally, it just felt harder hitting. So I'm gonna have to, even though I actually did listen to a little more Jay-Z, I gotta give it to Nas here. I gotta get to, and I also feel like Nas had a lot of excellent tracks about quintessential New York. As somebody who hadn't gone and visited yet and was growing up getting a depiction of it, Nas was just giving us a kind of side that a lot of people just didn't know if they didn't grow up there.
As much as I love like One Mic, I'm gonna go with Beyonce Husband, because
y'all understand Dom was like 3 years old when any of this was going on.
Wow, okay, that's fine. That's not true, but whatever. I also, growing up in a Christian household. True. No, I grew up in a Christian household. And we couldn't listen to that stuff. Like, I got on punishment. We got grounded after we went to the No Way Out tour. So, like, my mom didn't know. Like, my dad got us the concert tickets, and her friend was like, "You let them go to that raunchy concert?" Yeah, we got in trouble, but it was worth it. So yeah, that's all. Yeah, Beyonce.
We gonna make it even worse now. This is the second music question. Biggie,
and don't wait. Okay. No,
I'm not doing.
I was gonna say Kevito has a hard out, and then I thought it's 6:54. So okay.
Yep. No, this one's gonna be a new. I'm keeping it Kevito in New York with this one. Biggie.
Okay.
Or Big Daddy Kane.
Decision.
I put it back. I kept it all Brooklyn. He can't get out of it by saying, "Oh, well, I'm from Brooklyn, and I'm gonna go with the Brooklyn person."
Can I clarify that? I was born
Here we go.
in Ohio. I was born in Akron, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to LeBron and Steph Curry. That's where we from.
Are you from Akron?
No, really.
Okay.
On the real, how can I say? Damn. Can we do it like the other shows and just can I take a shot of water?
No. You got his answer.
Rob, okay, you think about it.
Yeah, give me a second because
I'm
okay, with absolutely no stake in the game, as having been in New York only a few times, I would say. I'm hesitating a little bit on this too, actually.
See, now everybody start thinking.
Yeah. Biggie.
You want to say one, even like, but hold on.
Album, and that's not even him. That's Tone Loc. So I can't tell you nothing. That's my reasoning. Y'all have at it.
All right. Man, I love Biggie. Man, listen, all the songs that just went through my head, trying to break apart one and the other. You know what? I'm gonna shoot the fair one and say, Big Daddy Kane. Don't hate me, best I. I still love Biggie, but I'll never forget Big Daddy Kane bringing out Biggie, Tupac, and Shaheem to do a freestyle, and it would not have happened. We would not have had those two really on wax before the beat, before anything else, without Big Daddy Kane. So I think he's the bridge to a lot of people that everybody.
That's when they had Show and Prove out. And that's when Big Daddy Kane Show and Prove out.
Yeah, and for Big Daddy Kane to be influenced for some of your favorites, to be connector to the others. It's just I gotta give him where it's just due.
All right, Rob, we back to you, man. What you got?
That's enough to sway me, to be honest. I mean, while I have to also acknowledge that, you know, again, Biggie's undeniable. I think the reach was definitely there, but I'm I'm a fan of if I feel like someone's a little more foundational, I do tend to like lean a little more that way. So I'm gonna have to go with Big Daddy Kane on that as well.
All right, last one. This is a quadruple threat match. Movies.
Oh, no.
Juice, which y'all see behind me, one of my favorites. New Jack City, Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. It's a quadruple death match. One of them can come out.
Repeat that one more time. Juice, Boys in the Hood.
Juice, New Jack City, Menace to Society.
Ooh. You know what? Damn. You know, I'm gonna go with New Jack City because
you go with New Jack City.
when one of the places I stayed here was on 18th and Main, and I used to call that spot the Carter because it was smoked out instead of you had instead of like Nino Browns, you had a lot of essays and MS-13s, and it just felt like I was right on set basically. So that movie, all these movies really have a lasting impression on me, but New Jack City is yeah, I don't what cancel you just there's a lot of quotables, and it's a foundational movie in my mind as far as being a black cinephile.
All right, Rob.
I get emotionally invested sometimes when I'm watching something or listening to something, both. And for me, it's about if I get left with this like feeling. Sometimes I don't necessarily know what it is or how to describe it. Sometimes it could be straight out, hey, it's sad, it's happy, whatever that it is, or just like pure nostalgia because it was something that I indulged in at the time, that things were going on in my life, right? And for me, this is kind of that. Menace to Society is it for me because it was was in my younger years that I saw it, and it was only maybe a couple of years after the movie came out. I mean, I was a kid, and I'm only allowed to watch certain things, but when I was able to watch it, I was going to watch it. So that's why it's that for me. It's the nostalgia. And now I don't even know if my parents necessarily know that I watched it because I was over at a friend's at the time. So hopefully they don't see this and get upset, but it is what it is.
Well, y'all.
All right, yeah. Let us know once again, like everything that's going on. People could come support, check it out, and how they can get on the email list, all that stuff.
Sure. So again, Love, Peace, and Spades is a rather fly game night that happens every first Wednesday of the month from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the Line Hotel. The address is 3515 Wilshire Boulevard. That's Wilshire, Normandy. You can find us on Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok at Love, Peace, and Spades. That's Love, PEACEAND, SPAD as in David, ES. Love, Peace, and Spades. And you can subscribe to us through our website, lovepeaceandspades.com. And we're looking forward to you guys joining us for the year ahead.
Dom's gonna try to come out. I'm coming out to LA soon. This spring, I'm coming out there. Me and Dom got to do some stuff. No, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. After soccer season over for my daughter, I'll be out there.
Oh my God!
Thank you guys. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much, and we would love to have y'all back. And we'll definitely, like I said, if this is gone, y'all see me next week.
Okay.
Sickness, yeah. Not my face because I love that, but the sickness.
No, please feel better. Please feel better. That's
I was like, I'm like, no. Okay. Peace.
Hey y'all, if y'all like what y'all see here on Everyone Needs an Aquarius, be sure to like, subscribe, and share our podcast with your friends because we got all the tea. And if you want to check out more stuff from us, be sure to hit that button right there on the right side so you can see other stuff and again share with everybody.